I'm I'm playing to split push this game, so I'll just wanna kind of make a video about how you win in low elo by just split pushing, basically, right? But I'm telling you, I'm in a winner's queue. I can tell by the champions being picked. Look, you see, these guys are picking fun to play champions. Do you see? Lux is okay. Jinx is pretty good. Mordekaiser's OP, right? But we'll go like this. Yeah. Alright. But look at my team, right? Katarina is kind of busted, honestly. I know she's kind of... In low elo, she's still busted because people don't run away from your ult. So as soon as she gets level 6, she's gonna start killing. This champ is busted, busted, busted as well, right? So in here, they only have Mordekaiser, realistically speaking, right? I'm not gonna show you the whole game. Honestly, maybe... Because you see, when I play, sometimes OBS lags the game. That's why I can't perform that well. But let's see, if the game is... but I'll show you how to win in low elo. I'm talking about, like, non-interaction with your team. Because that's the way I normally play up until maybe platinum level, right? No, this is pure iron. I mean, these guys do not know what the hell they're doing. When you see Mordekaiser and Shaco in low elo, you kind of know which side are you on in terms of losers or winners queue. Whoever has like Shaco and Hammer, they're in the losers queue basically. Let's see. How's my clicking? Nah, there's definitely a delay. Let's see. Yeah, it's definitely lagging a little bit. Alright, so we go over some more there. What's the best way to do it? Probably this way. Yeah, there's definitely a delay. Alright, I'll talk to you after the game. One sec. Hey, how's it going? So the game went as I expected, so normally, like the usual, right? So in games like this, you really do not want to interact with your team. Like when you play low elo, right? I'll show you like the difference. Like this guy had... Where are the minions? It's hilarious. Yeah, so he had 150 less CS than I did. And he was... At one point, he was 5 levels behind, basically. Like, it was just a massacre, basically. You couldn't even farm. I think at like 7 minutes, he had 1 farm. The problem in here was Sejuani basically screwed me over by taking down the turret. Basically, Sejuani, like, it would have been even worse if Sejuani did not screw up my freeze. What she did was she screwed up... I'll show you what she did. You'll see. She screwed up my freeze, took 2 plates, and first turret gold. So, again, my items were delayed by about 1,000 because of her. Right, because of this player. Oh god, and this... I'm telling you, like, League is... You have to play one-on-one because your teammates are just gonna screw you over. They just literally gonna screw you over. Because the game is so delicate, it's just... Because you see, the problem was that the lane was pushing into me, right? So, and Mordekaiser was stuck. He couldn't do anything, right? And then Sejuani came over and summoned the... What's his name? Well, you'll see. You'll see the problem. And also, I'll show you how it costed me, right? Because I had to buy longsword before... I basically... If I had that money, I would have lived there. You'll see what I mean. Right? So Mordekaiser dies, Mordekaiser dies, Mordekaiser dies, right? Multiple times. Look. He has 1 CS. I have 29 already. This is 4 minutes into the game. And the lane is pushing into me. It's frozen. Right, so he dies here, right? Shaco comes around. That's not a big deal. I can handle this, right? So no problem. That's okay. So you see what he's doing. Like, the lane is slightly pushing into me because Shaco cleared it, right? And you see what he does. He fucks my lane up. That's okay. Well, actually, that's okay. Wait a sec. That's actually okay, I think, for me, right? I don't think that's the moment when he screwed me over. Yeah. So that was actually okay. Okay. Yeah. So now I need to push in the lane ASAP. Yeah. So I push in the lane. So look at the difference. 1 farm for level 4 versus level 6, 38 farm. I mean, this guy's doomed, right? Naturally, on next rotation, he's gonna die. So I'm gonna freeze again because of the way... you see, when you push the lane all the way on the cannon, when the wave bounces back to you, you can freeze again, unless the other guy knows how to prevent you from unfreezing. But at this level, even if it was Faker, he's too far behind to do anything. You see, so I'm gonna freeze again. So now lane freeze is broken, so I have to push. But I'm gonna dive Mordekaiser, so I'm gonna slow push basically. So Kaiser is gonna die most likely on the next turn. Yeah, so I'm level 7, he's level 5. I have Zeal, so he has no way to actually do anything. He has no way to stop me from diving him right now, so he's just gonna die basically. I just need to get the minion wave into the turret. But actually he kind of screwed up, so I just went for it, right? So now I get 3 plates. So again, we do the same. You see, this is a cannon wave. We bounce it. And then we set it to freeze position again. Because this is a cannon wave, right? So this is going to go back to us, right? Yes, you see, because the wave is stacked up, it's going to freeze in here again. I'm going to freeze it in here again, right? So now Mordekaiser has Ninja Tabi, he has full build against Tryndamere. That's what we do. So I need a lot of space to go and kill him. It's actually, once he hits level 6, it's impossible. It's no longer possible to kill him, right? So that's why I'm kind of milking this freeze to the best of my ability, because Mordekaiser with his ult is kind of busted, honestly. Now, think about the level difference. Like, he's level 5, I'm already level 8. He has 15, I'm 73 farm. So I'm basically gonna freeze it. You see, and now this is where Sejuani screws me over. You see, she takes my farm. And she takes the first blood turret and the 2 plates, basically. You see? You see, she just screws me over. And she takes the lane experience as well, right? So now, although I'm level 9, I mean, I should have been more levels ahead, right? So I opted to take her farm, right? Now, this costed me about 700 in gold, right? How much did I get back? I get 100, so 600 in gold. This costed me, right? And experience. and it gave Mordekaiser ability to farm. So I'd say about 1,000. This was 1,000 gold mistake by Sejuani that cost me, right? And in here I died as a result of this. You see in here, look. So they are taking. I know I can 1v2 them, right? But I'm going to die because I don't have a ruby crystal, right? If I had ruby crystal, I would have been able to 1v2 them. Now I attacked Mordekaiser first because he was going to ult me anyway, right? I have enough damage and health to actually, right? Now I'm gonna heal. So you see, imagine I had a ruby crystal, which is 180 more health. I would have lived there, right? So you see, I died because Sejuani opted to screw up my strategy. And I died as a result of this, right? But anyway, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, right? This game is kind of... I told you we're going to be in a winner's queue because, I mean, Jesus, their only hope to win was Mordekaiser because everything else is useless on their team. I mean, Heimerdinger is useless champ. I mean, it's just a fact, right? So at this point, all you're gonna do is look where your team is and go opposite direction, right? Because you must not be with them because they are going to mess you up, right? They're gonna bait you into bad team fights, so you need to stay away from them. And you need to build tanky, right? You need to build tanky because you're gonna get collapsed by 5 people. You need a lot of move speed. So you need to run away, be able to run away basically, right? So here it was a little bit dodgy, so I opted to go bot and take this turret because bot lane turret is much easier to take than the top lane turret because in top lane, if you die, there is pressure for Baron. In bot lane, if you die, there is no pressure for Baron. Unless there's only dragon pressure. But we already taken the dragon, I think, right? Where are the objectives? So dragon spawning... yeah, the display got screwed up. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So dragon is 335, okay. So I opted to kind of troll. At this stage I want to troll Shaco and take all of his farm basically. As fast as possible. So there's free kill, Jinx, right? I misplayed there a little bit, but that doesn't matter. Okay. So now I know that Mordekaiser and like if you look at my vision, I know where they all are. I know that there's Mordekaiser on the top and there's Lux on the top. So what I'm doing right now, look at my levels. I'm level 13, this guy level 10, Kaiser is 9 and Lux is level 8. I can 1v3 them. I just need a lot of space. Right, so if I can get them to follow me to here, I can 1v3 them. Basically, I can kill at least 2 and run away, 100%. Now, my hope is that Kaiser does not have ult, so I can then deal with him, right? So, boom, okay. So, we get him. Right, and then Lux kind of trolls in here, so I get her too. Now, at this stage, I wonder if this is a good back. Yeah, that's a good back because... this lady is taking all the farm, okay. So now I probably need to go like this. I need to clear this camp and probably take the dragon, right? Yeah, I need to be thinking about the dragon at this stage. Yeah, I need to clear the jungle and think about the dragon at this stage. That's exactly what I do. Oh, that was troll by me. Yeah, that was troll. I went after Kaiser and I started attacking turret. Yeah, that was troll by me. That was bad. That was my mistake. Pure my mistake. Okay. So I need to go for dragon. This dragon I really like because it regenerates your health and you don't need lifesteal then. Yeah, so I take the dragon. It's normal. And now you just want to basically split push opposite to your team, and that's it. Now, if Shaco uses his invisibility thing, you can go on him, right? So he uses his invisibility. Now I can just right-click him. That's it. Right, okay. Now I want to take all the jungle. Oh, they surrendered. Yeah. Like, can I do this? Yeah. So fundamentally, when you're playing with like very, very bad teammates, you do not want to team fight with them, right? Because, like I said, they are going to not do anything. You already seen the video, like they're just gonna walk around. So what you do is you look where your teammates are, and you split push the opposite objective normally, right? Now you also, it's kind of tricky, but you basically want to. It's probably more important to look where the enemy team is and then split opposite to where the enemy team is, right? But normally the enemy team is gonna be where your teammates are, where there's a large collection of your teammates. Now these guys, again, this is a winner's queue, so these guys kind of played it correctly. Like you see, they are split pushing on every side. They are creating pressure. So this is just a winner's queue game. Technically, in a game like this, in theory, you can do the team fights. So this is literally a very shit example of. Now, normally what happens in loser's queue? Like there is like 5 of your players in here. 1 is probably dead, and jungler is like taking farm in here. So you're gonna have 3 of your teammates pressuring one lane, typically bot lane. I don't know, or mid lane, they just like the mid lane. So you want to, if they're mid lane, you want to be bot lane, right? If they're bot lane, you want to be here, opposite to them. Normally the rule is split push opposite to the main objective. This is the rule of thumb for split pushing, right? So if the dragon is about to spawn, you want to be top. If the Baron is the main objective, you want to be bot. This is the fundamental rule. But this doesn't apply up until platinum level because your teammates do not know what an objective is, right? So, and they have no map awareness. So they are just going to be like 5 in the middle, right? So you're going to have to unfortunately adapt and figure out which lane is better. Or they're going to be like 5 bottom. So you're going to have to go the opposite direction. Why? Because you want all the gold, all the experience, and normally you are so strong that you can 1v2. Right? So the idea is just to whittle down the opponent where you are taking down their kind of like, how to explain this? It's very like, because the game is so dynamic and like they are so unpredictable, your teammates. Basically you are trying to solo destroy their entire infrastructure, right? That's what you're trying to do. And the way to do that is you need to use super min, kind of like you have to take the bloody inhib, right? Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. It's so stupid. I don't know how to explain it. But basically you want to solo. You just want to solo. You want solo experience, you want solo kills, so that you get to the point where you can 1v3, and when you get to the point where you can 1v3, you can break the inhibitor and get the super minions going this way, right? Then you do the same on the next side, and most of the time you can kind of take this, right? Because what that does is they're going to be stuck, the enemy team is going to be stuck in here, clearing the minions. You're going to be pushing in here. And if you are blessed, your team will, in about 10 minutes, figure out that, wait, we can just go Baron. And you're kind of waiting for that moment. If your team is not smart enough to figure out after 10 to 20 minutes of play that they can just take free Baron, they should have done it like 20 minutes ago. If they are not smart enough to do that, unfortunately, you cannot win the game. Right? Because I tried pinging, I tried asking, I tried chatting, I tried to do a lot of things. Because without Baron, without Baron buff, it's very hard to take down these turrets. Very, very hard. Because if you ult, you can do maybe half of it as damage, but the problem is they're gonna have so much CC that you won't be able to take it down in one rotation, right? You need second rotation, right? And by the time you get your super minions here, this turret is gonna regenerate to full, so it becomes this cycle of you doing half of the turret damage and not being able to finish the game. That's why you need the Baron. You basically need the Baron, and that's it. So if your teammates are, most of the time they won't take the Baron, so you're just gonna have to. The only other way you can win is if the enemy team decides to take the Baron and your team decides to stop them. That also happens. What happens in that situation, you just walk up, you take the turrets and you take the inhibitor, because the enemy team has no map awareness. Now, if they're stupid enough to do that, that means they are not looking at the map probably, right? So you just literally walk in and you take the turrets. Most of the time what happens is like two of them are smart, so they're gonna recall, but you are gonna be strong enough to 1v2 them, and then you can just win, right? But it's just the process of slowly grinding them. Like, I haven't yet figured out, well, honestly, I'm not even gonna play 5-5, so maybe watch Fogged or Uli as the Tryndamere mains to... Now, why is it good to watch Tryndamere mains? Because Tryndamere mains are exceptionally good at wave management and macro play. Now, they're bad at team fights, so if you want to watch team fights, don't watch Tryndamere mains, because they're shit at team fights, right? But macro, split pushing, and lane wave management and getting kills is... Tryndamere players, all of them are good at this, right? So that's about it. But again, this is a winner's queue, so honestly, anything would have worked here. I could have went AP Tryndamere probably, and it still would have worked, to be honest with you. Anyway. Take care.